In a previous video, I addressed the theory that Vaggie was secretly an exorcist, one of the angels who came down each year for the annual extermination. I didn't find this theory to have any merit, but it did raise some questions that I think we can find the answers for, including, how exactly did Vaggie get the X on her eye? My name is Deepcut, welcome back to Cartoon Universe, and we are racing our way to 400,000 subscribers, unless we hit that goal before this video goes live, because sometimes we make these in advance, in which case we're now racing our way to 500,000 subscribers. Just subscribe, okay? Now, I've already discussed the Vaggie is an angel theory, but we're going to recap it here to get the proper context for the following theory. As you know, each year these creepy angels come down to kill demons to stop Hell's overpopulation issue, as the Earthborn sinners are immortal in Hell. The only way to kill them is with angelic weapons, which come in a variety of shapes, but as we see in the pilot, the most popular weapon seems to be a spear that looks suspiciously similar to Vaggie's spear. It being an angelic weapon would explain why she is so confident when she threatens Alistair with it. She is prepared to literally end his existence, not just chop him up so that he can regrow later, or however it is demons recover from fatal injuries in the show, we still don't know yet. It wasn't just the spear that gave people this theory though, as just a quick look at Vaggie shows another striking resemblance, the X on her eye, which is really what we are here to answer today. The popular theory was that Vaggie was just one of the many exterminators that came down, but one year she ended up somehow meeting Charlie. Perhaps with Charlie too overwhelmed to let it go on any longer, she would have tried to fight the angels only to see Vaggie among them, have both of them fall in love, and realize that she couldn't bring herself to really fight the angels in order to protect the demons. From here, Vaggie would choose to stay in Hell to be with Charlie, and that was what fans believe inspired the idea for the Happy Hotel. If an angel, like Vaggie, could come to Hell, why couldn't a demon get into Heaven if they started to be good? This was a fun theory that I think would have made a really cool plotline, but I just don't think Vaggie is an angel. Theories aren't about what is cool, but what is likely. VivziePop has confirmed that the angels are wearing masks, so while it's possible that they have real X's on their eyes as well, it seems to me that it is just a decorative choice, as X's on eyes are seen elsewhere in the show, such as Cherry Bomb's eye. What makes Vaggie's eye so interesting, however, is that we can see she really does have an eye patch behind her hair, so it seems that something serious did happen there that isn't just a design choice. This, in addition to Vaggie's lack of wings, or horns, or sadistic smile, gave me the impression that she is not an exorcist, but it of course leaves the question of how she got that spear, and raises the question of how she got that X on her eye. Now, originally, I believe that Vaggie received the spear from none other than Lucifer himself. VivziePop had confirmed some time ago that angelic weapons are left behind with each extermination, and they inevitably end up on the black market so that demons can have some sort of threat of power over the others. We eventually see this come into play in Helluva Boss, where the character Striker is revealed to have angelic guns to try and assassinate Stolas with. The Hazbin writing crew has also noted that Vaggie had to be vetted before she could really date Charlie. Charlie is of course the Princess of Hell, so it's not surprising that Lucifer and Lilith would want to make sure that whoever was in Charlie's life wasn't just a safe person to be around, but someone who could possibly protect Charlie as well. Charlie is noted to be one of the most powerful demons in Hell, but she is far too trusting, so she could need someone to look after her when her parents aren't around to do so. As the most powerful man in Hell, Lucifer likely had an entire arsenal of angelic weapons at this point, and was prepared to give one out to Vaggie to protect Charlie with, after vetting Vaggie to make sure that she wouldn't be the one to end up using it against Charlie. This was a reasonable explanation for how she would have received the angelic spear, but it does raise a few questions, such as whether or not Lucifer would ever really trust someone to wield something like that in the presence of his daughter, let alone being the one to give it to her. And it of course leaves the question of Vaggie's mysterious XI unanswered, though I think we can break that down. But real quick, I just want to let you guys know that this is your last chance to get an autographed print from your favorite Hazbin Hotel pilot cast members. We partnered up with Streamly over this past weekend to do a live Q&A with the Hazbin Hotel pilot cast, and it was a lot of fun. but even if you missed the live stream or the live signings, you can still use the Streamily link in the description down below, as well as a pinned comment, to buy a print of your favorite character that will be signed by their voice actor. We've got all of the main cast, including their beautiful singing voices, and even Tom Trench and Katie Killjoy are available. The shop should be open until the Friday following this video, so if you want to get your own autographed Hazbin Hotel Pilot print, go get one while you still can. Vaggie is relatively recently dead compared to a lot of other characters on the show. While originally she was planned to have died in the 80s, it was later revealed that she died as recently as 2014, with VisiPop saying she wanted to explore the story of her and Charlie's relationship beginning in upcoming comics on the website. Despite how recent her death is, she is not just naturally angry and violent, but extremely skilled with her weaponry, even being able to throw daggers with great precision. This is the kind of skill I don't imagine started after she died, especially with her only being a few years in hell at this point. In her earthly life, Vaggie was El Salvadorian, and we don't know much else about her time on Earth, especially with all the changes that have been made over time. At one point, it was indicated that part of her design was meant to give the feeling that she had killed herself, but that has since potentially changed as well, VisiPop said. The change from suicide, as well as Vaggie's great use of weapons, gives me the sense that she was violent in life, and potentially for bad reasons, seeing as she ended up in hell. El Salvador is a place known for an extremely high rate of violent crime, with a lot of that coming down to violence caused by gangs who are behind the other types of crime in the country as well. It wouldn't surprise me to reveal that Vaggie was one of their top guns in life. The training she would have gotten from this violent gang would have given her a skill with weapons that she would bring with her into the afterlife after dying, in something akin to an El Salvadorian gang war. It is possible that she was shot in the eye while alive, with the X being symbolic of that in hell, as it is something we see happening to other characters, such as the rich old man being crushed by a piano in episode 4 of Helluva, manifesting in hell with piano keys for his teeth. That being said, for this theory, I think that Vaggie manifested in hell with both eyes working fine, but happened to appear on the night of the extermination. Having just manifested, she would have no idea what was going on or what had happened to her, and would have no time to prepare protection from the angels. I think it is here that Vaggie would have had a fight with an angel, one who got too close to killing her, but instead only managed to slice her eye. According to VisiPop, the weapons are not just a way to permanently murder an Earthborn sinner, but also the only way to permanently damage them as well. A normal weapon causing an injury to Vaggie's eye would presumably just heal, but an angel's weapon could leave a permanent X there, prompting her to get the eye patch. It would be here that Vaggie uses her experience with violence to not just overpower the angel, but to get his spear, making her immediately one of the most safe people in hell, having a threat over other demons that only overlords and rich elites could afford at this point. Perhaps sometime after this, or even that very night, Charlie would meet Vaggie. And perhaps it was the weapon she wielded that made Lucifer and Lilith want to vet Vaggie, making sure she wasn't the kind of person to use the weapon on their daughter if she went into a blind rage, as Vaggie is known to do. But these are just my theories so far. If you guys have your own theories about how she got the X or the angel's weapon, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.